Namaste children. I'm sure that you know one of the highlights of Republic Day and Independence Day is the presentation of the Bravery Awards, which are very special because they honor the armed forces personnel who show extraordinary courage and risk their lives to protect the nation in the toughest of situations. Today, we are going to listen to the story of Major Somnath Sharma and the brave men that he led on a mission to protect the Srinagar airport from falling into the hands of the guerrilla forces that were backed by Pakistan. Our story is set in the year 1947. This tale of valor shows how just 90 men managed to foil a plan of some 500 infiltrators who wanted to capture Srinagar and the Kashmir Valley, finally trying to deliver a blow to the newly independent India. Pakistani army trained and equipped around 1,000 invaders who possessed deep knowledge of mountain passes and the local terrain to enter Kashmir and take siege of the strategic locations that included the Srinagar airport. The ultimate goal was to overthrow the government, capture the territory. But if they had succeeded, it would have allowed them to control the strategic mountain passes, peaks and rivers that connect Kashmir to India. On 22nd October, Operation Gulmarg was launched and these infiltrators invaded Kashmir. Kashmir had just become a part of India on 26th October 1947. In response to this invasion, the government of India sent its troops to defend the people of Kashmir and India's border on 27th October 1947. A contingent of troops posted to Jammu and Kashmir was airlifted into Srinagar because the land route through Pathankot was not in good condition. On 31st October, the D Company of the 4th Battalion of the Kumaon Regiment, under the command of Major Somnath Sharma, was also on its way to Srinagar. At that time, Major Somnath Sharma's left hand was in plaster, but he insisted on being with his men in combat. He knew that this mission would be challenging and he told his senior officers, "I know my men better than anyone else. If they are going into action, they are not going so without me." These words highlighted his commitment to his men and country. When the enemy, under the command of the Pakistani army, saw that only a small group of Indian soldiers were left behind in Badgam, they attacked them. Their initial attack was met with stiff resistance by Major Somnath and his men. However, Major Somnath correctly visualized that the first attack was just a distraction. Shortly thereafter, a major attack came from other sides. By then, Major Somnath Sharma and his 90 soldiers were facing around 500 invaders. Vastly outnumbered and facing devastating fire, Major Somnath Sharma and his men stood resolute. The air was thick with the sounds of gunfire and the cries of battle. But Major Somnath Sharma's voice cut through the chaos, urging his men to fight with tenacity and valor. Despite heavy casualties and his own injuries, Major Somnath Sharma displayed unparalleled bravery. He moved fearlessly through the battlefield, directing fire, filling magazines for his gunners, and encouraging his men to hold their ground. Just a few minutes later, when he was crouched in a trench next to the machine gun operator in order to help him load the gun, his position was hit by a mortar shell, killing him instantly. Despite losing the major and faced with overwhelming numerical superiority of the enemy, the heroic action of Major Somnath Sharma motivated his men to hold on to their position for over 6 hours before being overrun by the enemy. Children, in many significant ways, the D Company's sacrifice and Major Somnath's leadership saved Srinagar for India. His valor ensured that the tricolour would continue to fly over Srinagar, and his name is forever etched in the golden pages of India's military history. His regiment, the 4th Kumaon Battalion, was awarded the Battle Honour Srinagar. Major Somnath Sharma was awarded the Paramveer Chakra, that is the PVC. His citation reflects his heroism, patriotism and courage. He was the first recipient of the PVC awarded posthumously for gallantry and supreme sacrifice. It is my honor and privilege to read his citation. Ministry of Defence. Citation in respect of IC 521, Major Somnath Sharma. On 3rd November 1947, Major Somnath Sharma's company was ordered on a fighting patrol to Badgam in the Kashmir Valley. He reached his objective at first light on 3rd November and took up a position south of Badgam at 1100 hours. The enemy, estimated at 500, attacked his company position from 3 sides. The company began to sustain heavy casualties. Fully realizing the gravity of the situation and the direct threat that would result to both the aerodrome and Srinagar if the enemy attack was not held until reinforcements could be rushed to close the gap leading to Srinagar via Hamama, Major Sharma urged his company to fight the enemy tenaciously. With extreme bravery, he kept rushing across the open ground to his sections, exposing himself to heavy and accurate fire to urge his men to hold on. Keeping his nerve, he skillfully directed the fire of his section to the ever-advancing enemy. He repeatedly exposed himself to the full fury of enemy fire and laid out cloth strips to guide our aircraft into their target in full view of the enemy. Realizing that casualties had affected the effectiveness of his light automatics, this officer, whose left hand was in plaster, personally commenced filing magazines and issuing them to light machine gunners. A mortar shell landing right in the middle of the ammunition resulted in an explosion that killed him. Major Sharma's company held on to its position and the remnants withdrew only when almost completely surrounded. His inspiring example resulted in the enemy being delayed for 6 hours, thus gaining time for our reinforcements to get into position at Humama to stem the tide of enemy advance. His leadership, gallantry and tenacious defense were such that his men were inspired to fight the enemy by 7-1 for 6 hours, 1 hour which was after this gallant officer had been killed. He has set an example of courage and qualities seldom equaled in the history of the Indian Army. We salute Major Somnath Sharma.